Hey everybody, welcome back to Game Junction. Dabbling with some daily news here with my co-host next to me, Brandon. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. Looking forward to checking out some news and
Yeah,
seeing what's going on.
definitely. So some of this news that's been out come out in the past few days. It's kind of like a mixture of two things, but they're both like Zelda related. Got some news about Tears of the Kingdom online support. What does that exactly mean? As well as some other news was kind of coming out about the potential like a Switch, the OLED
Yeah,
Switch like model, like with the new Tears of the
like a
Kingdom
special
design.
edition.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah,
like that. So I didn't know if you like had anything just like off the rip, kind of like what you thought of like the news just offhand before we like start diving into some of these articles.
yeah. So we covered this on the Game Junction Facebook page this week, and my first things to say were like, this could be literally anything. In the fact that we got DLC for Breath of the Wild, that online support is shown on the case. Went back and double checked. So it could mean something like that, other than like a online multiplayer, which is what everybody's hoping that we have some kind of like online mode.
Yeah, because I
So it's
think
a little bit hard to say, but
because when I heard some other people on some other YouTubes talking about it. I think it was probably some rumblings about it with. Yeah, you have the online support in the original trailer. You kind of saw like Link and Zelda walking together. Is the potential? I know I saw some people talking about potential for maybe co-op to be a thing, or they're just
yeah,
like online support. You can connect for it because it's just going to be like DLC essentially, online
right.
saves, cloud saves, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think the rumor for having Zelda be a playable character has actually been going on for a while. I can remember
I guess when the
what,
original trailer dropped.
yeah, that teaser trailer drop. We saw Zelda like actually interacting with Link, so it kind of seemed like that could be the case, but it's hard to say.
I guess time will tell. Maybe in the next, hopefully here in January we'll get the next Nintendo Direct, and hopefully we'll get more news about the next Zelda game coming out, and maybe they'll dabble or they won't. It's Nintendo. It's really hard to tell with them.
Very hard to tell. Yeah,
But
yeah. A hope would be to have some type of mode, but you know,
yeah, I didn't.
it's Nintendo.
Do you have any expectations for the game coming out? Because I know they did a lot of new stuff with the Breath of the Wild, with going back to like kind of like the original game, open world. Do we expect? Do you think we get something? 'Cause I think it'll be more like Breath of the Wild, maybe more of a story. If, even it has to be a little bit more linear in some areas, or are we just kind of
Yeah,
like up in the air on that?
it is kind of up in the air, but I think that they're going to be a little bit more story based because we kind of need it now.
Yeah,
Like Breath of the Wild worked in the case that like it didn't have to tell like a huge story, but I think that making a direct sequel to the game, you need that story at like what's the connection, what's going on here,
yeah.
why is why did we see Ganon the way that we did in the trailer? What are those swirly things they
Oh
showed?
yeah,
Like,
because then you see Ganon again. So is Calamity Ganon
you
just
know,
like a projection of his energy? Now are we actually getting the legit Ganon, or what's going on?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I think getting the legit Ganon would probably be the case, but it's so hard to tell.
Maybe we'll get some more tie-ins with some other games to like in-game canonize like for sure other games in the timeline. I mean, I guess there's a lot of
Yeah,
rumors up in the air, but I guess we'll see when the game comes out here in a few months. I'm definitely looking forward
yeah.
to it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think we're going to have the connection to like Skyward Sword with being up in the clouds, but again, it's hard to tell. We've never gotten that reference back to Skyward Sword again. Like,
Yeah.
I think that I feel like yes, it could be the case getting the Skyward Sword remastered brought over to Switch. Like,
Yeah, everything's there. The last trailer, it's like some up in the air stuff, which kind of leans towards that with the Skyward Sword story, with it kind of being raised in the air, or something like that. That's the first thing that came to my mind when I saw the trailer. But I mean, I
yeah,
guess we
same
just
here.
need more information. We'll just have to
Yep,
wait till we
we
play the
need
game.
exactly. Yeah,
But all right, I guess we can go in and walk to the two of these first articles that kind of discuss both of these subjects. First one's from Game Rant, kind of going over the online Switch support and stuff like that. Because even on this one, they kind of got the from the trailer, we're kind of like up in the air. I guess they kind of raises more when I look at it more, kind of thinking like, hey, is this going to be more tie-in, or is it just a aesthetic thing they're doing? But
yeah. I think another thing with that, just by looking at this image, by being able to have access to the sky, you're essentially adding a whole new layer to everything you could access before.
yeah,
And
because I think I agree with you. I think it's another, or at the very least, it's another way to add more. Because it kind of you got already access to. I assume you're using the same or a very similar map to Hyrule, so you kind of
right,
have to go up or down unless you're just going to expand out. It just seems to make more sense. But
Right.
I mean, I guess we'll find out. Another trailer. Maybe we just have to wait till we play the game.
Open for a January direct.
That's the hope at this point. But I mean, digging into this article a little bit, talking about a recent advertisement for the highly anticipated Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, implies the game will contain Nintendo Switch Online support, which I think we kind of knew to some degree. It's just a matter of what does that really mean for us? The reveal has led to fan speculation on whether this new information hints at something bigger for gameplay. Sadly, there's possibly a much simple answer that most fans are hoping for, which I think is probably just online saves.
Yeah, probably the cloud saves, and then probably DLC later.
Yeah, probably. It's probably what they mean. But, I mean, anything with Zelda, Nintendo's going to drive speculation.
Yeah, exactly.
As I continue, not much has been known until now about Nintendo's newest Zelda adventure. Since the announcement of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Nintendo has released the bare minimum, shocker, with the most exciting information shown in brief, ambiguous sneak peeks at gameplay, kind of the trailer and stuff like that. However, there was a lot of speculation on what it will involve. Now, a recent advertisement has caused stir and even speculation as to what the game holds for fans. And it kind of digs into, as we kind of get into what the article is pretty much all about. This one online post. One fan snapped a picture of the advertisement that shows the Nintendo Switch Online promo as part of the main highlights of the game. It's possible that the Legend of Zelda could introduce the first multiplayer capabilities in a first-party Zelda game. You know, the hope is there, but I don't know. I will hold out until we actually get like confirmation for it.
I agree. I mean, we've had online multiplayer for Zelda before with the 3DS entry.
But I don't know if those were like mainline games, kind of like spin-off games with the was it the Triforce one?
Yeah, Triforce Heroes.
Triforce Heroes was one, but I guess I would classify as kind of like a spin-off, I guess.
Right.
However, it is more likely that Nintendo Switch Online support is to showcase that Tears of the Kingdom will have cloud save options. Another possibility is that it's simply for future downloadable content, which to me makes the most sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
At least for this game.
We would hope, like, it's kind of, the tease has been there for the potential multiplayer, but we have zero information on the game whatsoever. So
yeah, this looks like somebody that had access to like one of the early games or something that Nintendo is gonna put out eventually. Looks like it came out somewhere.
It looks like a store display, or maybe like a.
You can see the 12. Looks like it's somewhere in Europe, but.
Peggy 12.
Yeah. But I mean, you got the online support, so like, what does that really mean? Except it's gonna have access to the online, which I guess the saves would probably be maybe some downloadable content makes the most sense.
I can understand why this has been a little bit of speculation. It's pretty in-your-face advertised there. It's just under the size of the Zelda logo. So
yeah, it's like right out there. Normally it'd be more at the bottom, but it could just be a design by Nintendo to say, hey, you can do this.
Right. It's bigger than even the eShop logo there, so
You're right.
It's a possibility. I mean,
yeah. Unless this is a really good fan makeup of something, you just don't know.
It's pretty good if they did. I wouldn't be surprised on that.
As we can scroll down, because I guess this was posted on Reddit under the r/Nintendo Switch by few_working3350, that user. This was posted probably about 4 days before this article, so about a week ago when this was posted, about this time last week.
Right.
Yeah, the article goes on a little bit more. Nothing's confirmed yet about the game's potential online features, so any explanation for the upfront Nintendo Switch Online advertisement is pure speculation. Like anything with Nintendo or gaming is at this point. Somebody sees like a small little something small and they just kind of run with it.
Like that R is kind of tilted. Does that mean a new boss is coming?
Yeah. It's hard to tell. Like you look at one thing, just like run with it. Like maybe I'll be right.
Yeah. It makes for content for these news outlets. So.
Nintendo's kept the Legend of Zelda hush hush for a while now. It's no real surprise. It's possible that the company could go the extra mile with its most anticipated title of 2023, and surprise fans with something major. It's possible, not likely. Either way, the advertisement is enough to make fans raise curious eyebrows. I think we just kind of talked about it. I think it's fans looking a little too far into something, but
Right.
everyone's hyped for the game. It comes out in about 5 months, so the closer we get, the more people are going to start talking about it. With the less
Yeah.
information we have, we know very little about it, and we're only 5 months out.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
less.
I mean,
No, what were you saying? Sorry.
they're going to take anything they can for news related to the game and spin something on it. So
Yeah, right. There's less than a year before the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom releases. It's only a matter of months at this point, unless it gets delayed again. Hopefully, Nintendo will host a Direct. It's the host or Treehouse event to offer more details to solve some mysterious surroundings what the sequel will hold for fans. Though, due to tight-lipped approach by the company, it's unlikely too many details are going to be revealed before the game's release. Maybe the Nintendo Switch Online feature will be elaborated on at least. That'll probably be a quick little. You talked about it. This is what's going on.
right.
Yeah. I think this dips into what we kind of talked about before. What fans have seen in the Legend of Zelda trailers so far teases a familiar yet exciting new side of the Zelda franchise as a whole. Nintendo appears to be expanding the Breath of the Wild, combining it with other Zelda titles such as Skyward Sword. It's been a long time coming, and high expectations have been built for what Nintendo will deliver next in the series. With less than a year away from its release, fans will soon see the. I'm going over my words a little bit. Apologize. Fans will soon see if the sequel will meet or exceed expectations. Hopefully, it'll at least meet the expectations. Hate for it to underperform. But I mean, yeah, Skyward Sword came out. Some of the trailers, it looks like it's leaning that way, but I guess we just don't know.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I feel like we said earlier, they've got to add. I mean, we assume we're going to have the same exact map as before. Maybe
Yeah.
things have changed within the map, but this adds a whole nother layer to the game.
Oh,
You have
yeah.
the entire top of that map now, so it could make sense trying to do that. It's like you said, underground or above ground at that point.
I mean, that's kind of what they showed us in the trailers mostly. They don't really.
Yeah.
We assume because it's a direct sequel and it looks like they're going to reuse the assets. It makes sense with the way it feels like the story is going to just reuse the same map and just add stuff. Maybe some time has passed a little bit.
Right.
But I mean, they've only shown us the two trailers. The first one was completely underground, and the second one was kind of like a mix of a bunch of areas. But it's been a while since I've seen it. I'd have to go back and rewatch it to nitpick a bunch of stuff to be sure. But I'm just hoping for more information to come and kind of clarifies it. That's where I'm at this point.
For sure, same.
Yeah, and then we'll move into the next, which is talk about the OLED model designed for the, it would be a possibility to get another a Zelda specific Switch design. It's not out of the realm of possibility.
I can see him doing that for sure.
Yeah, this news is coming from the My Nintendo News website. Now the rumor, obviously, images of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Switch OLED model leaked.
Take a look.
Yeah, it's the long-awaited Legend of Zelda is set to release this May, and users of the Chinese form Taba, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, which has leaked previous Nintendo Switch Special Edition consoles in the past, has purportedly leaked the first image of the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch OLED model. The image appears legitimate, but we will have to wait and see whether it's the real deal or not. Legend of Zelda launches on Nintendo Switch 12 May 2023 if it's not delayed anymore. So you got some of these kind of looks like a box, looks like actual Joy-Cons. Doesn't look like tape unless just over the top unless they kind of went out of their way. But it kind of looks like it's just
I mean, it looks pretty legitimate to me.
It's not out of it. It's kind of what you expect.
Yeah.
It's the box and the Joy-Cons. Not a whole lot else you can
It's
do.
around the
console.
right time too, right? 5 months out, they're going to want to pump these out because these are going to sell absolutely hotcakes.
Well, I would assume they're probably going to
Zelda.
do some announcement and hey, pre-orders for this are now open, kind of going out to all the stores. I mean, you're about 5 months out. The game should be in a shippable state. They probably have already made the game on the discs. It's kind of already been shipped out, I assume. If this is a thing, it's already being manufactured and probably starting to get prepped to ship out to stores.
Right.
Probably prepping promotional material in the next month or so. It just makes sense.
I'm digging that they're playing Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on it.
Yeah.
It's that kind of equates hey, this is the right time. They could have made images up 6 months ago, but
that would have seemed too early.
Seeing Pokemon right on the screen, so
I guess you see maybe there might be some design on the back a little bit on the left one, but it's kind of the black on the picture doesn't stick out. But I mean,
Yeah,
obviously, what really sticks out is mainly the Joy Cons and the dock and stuff like that. This definitely would, if I would have the money, I might think about shilling out if it like came with the actual game itself.
it absolutely won't.
Yeah, it won't.
None of
But
the Switch special editions are
it would make
came
sense
with
to
games.
bundle it in, just add the extra $60-$100 to it for the bundling. But maybe
I
I'm just
agree.
asking too
Yeah,
much.
I think it looks pretty good. It's a little bit of a bland design on the dock. I think that's a little underwhelming. It's fine. I think the Joy Cons with that green on the left one looks a little bit better. The right one's a little bland again. I see that they didn't change the attachments. They didn't change the collar, so it's literally just the white OLED attachments for the Joy Cons.
Yeah, it didn't
Uh,
surprise me too much if that's kind of how they
no.
would go. But I guess only time will tell.
And the other thing would be if there is a Switch upgrade around the corner, they'd want to get rid of as much stock as they can, so making a special edition would be
And the bulk of the Switch is the actual dock itself, so you're just adding the skin onto the back and the Joy Cons and the dock itself. This is be an easy way to just throw this over what we kind of already have, which I assume they do, and then just
yeah,
kind of ship it out because like just adding this skin will help sell. Maybe if you're trying to like get the bulk of your stock out before you start wanting to move into your next console.
right.
We'll see what happens
Time
with
will
that.
tell.
Definitely.
Hoping for a January direct, and that'll give us a little bit more information.
A lot more to talk about for sure, definitely. But
Oh yeah,
we appreciate y'all. It's a new little news segment we're doing here on Game Junction, trying to like dabble, do some more content. If you appreciate it, give a like, give us a subscribe, give us a comment down below. Tell us what we're doing good, doing bad, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
peace.